And we're back. Breaking. Zuckerberg speaks out on government intervention. Mark Zuckerberg has called for the government to give everyone free money, also known as a universal basic income. Well, here we go. That's how Rome fell from the welfare state that they created. People ended up demanding, well, it fell for many reasons, but that was one of them. People ended up demanding free olive oil and bread for all, which was the beginning of their downfall. From CNBC, Zuckerberg, we should explore ideas like universal basic income. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg called on the need to consider universal basic income for Americans during his Harvard commencement speech. Zuckerberg's comments reflect those of other Silicon Valley bigwigs, including Sam Altman, the president of the venture capital firm Y Combinator. Every generation expands its definition of equality. Now it's time for our generation to define a new social contract, Zuckerberg said during his speech. We should have a society that measures progress not by economic metrics like GDP, but how many of us have a role we find meaningful. We should explore ideas like universal basic income to make sure everyone has a cushion to try new ideas, or perhaps a cushion to do nothing at all. Zuckerberg said that because he knew he had a safety net if projects like Facebook had failed. He was confident enough to continue on without fear of failing. Others, he said, such as children who need to support households instead of poking away on computers learning how to code, don't have the foundation Zuckerberg had. Universal basic income would provide that sort of cushion, Zuckerberg argued. Well, what a complete idiot. As if we hadn't seen the invasion of the Third World into the West enough already. Something as stupid as this, you could watch the Third World flood to the West in 24 hours, unlike anything the world has ever seen. But if Zuckerberg likes this stupid idea so much, maybe he should give all his wealth away to anybody who wants it, and perhaps his house, and perhaps his wife, and perhaps his life, before he goes and tells us what we should do with ours. I kind of like the idea of Americans having a living expense, but we know deep down inside what that represents. Open door policy to the third world, and then give them everything that we work so hard for free. Breaking. Federal prosecutor found dead. It's a picture of him. Federal prosecutor Branton J. Wiesnant Jr. found dead on Florida beach. Breaking911.com reports, officials say a body found washed up on Hollywood Beach Wednesday is federal prosecutor Branton. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Miami confirmed the news. The U.S. Attorney's Office family is deeply saddened by his death. He was a wonderful lawyer and a great colleague. I was not aware you could put wonderful and lawyer together in the same sentence, but I guess they did it there. We will miss him deeply. Our thoughts and prayers are with his friends and family. I'm not sure who he pissed off to end up dead, but dead. President Trump made a special visit to someone, and the MSM is pretending it didn't happen, like usual. During his visit to Israel, President Trump paid a visit to a 14-year-old cancer patient whose dream it was to meet him. Despite the president's overwhelmingly packed schedule on his 27-hour trip to Israel, he was eager to meet this special girl and make her dream come true. President Trump chatted with Emily, asking about her health and well-being, and relating to her a little bit about the immense responsibilities of being President of the United States. Emily blessed and thanked President Trump and presented him with a letter she wrote expressing her desire to meet him again, this time in the White House, where she hoped to do business with him and maybe even to bring peace to the world. President Trump was visibly moved by Emily and wished her good health and speedy recovery. It was a momentous day for all.